Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together. For me, I'm so glad that we have 4 Gospels, and the 4 is approved by all the Christians, which is a miracle. You know, because when you have a belief, and this belief became so huge, you know, and then you make a believers agree in 4 books, that is a mission impossible. The Muslims, they have the Quran, but the Quran is not Islam, and you know that. You have to believe in the Hadith and the Quran. And then, if Islam is not based on the Quran only, because most of the rules of Islam is in the Hadith, and the Muslims don't agree about the Hadith, that means Islam does not exist. You will not find one Christian saying, I don't believe in the book of John, or the book of Mark, or the book of Luke, or Matthew. But you will find Muslims denying even the Quran. So when Muslims they say we have one books, I laugh, because they don't even have that book. Even this one, the most famous one, Hafs. I don't know, I think you speak Arabic, do you? Because you have an accent.
Yes.
Okay. So as long as you speak Arabic, if you open the Arabic Quran, it says that this Quran is according to Riwayah to Hafs, Riwayah to Abi Asim, Riwayah, according to exactly, according to Uthman, according to the Prophet Muhammad. Okay, but it says Riwayah. You know what Riwayah mean, right? What Riwayah mean?
A story, like narration.
To tell. Yeah, okay. So it was narration. It was not really a book. So now we are not even taking from Muhammad. We are taking it from somebody exists 200 years after Muhammad. And here you see the hypocrisy of this religion. They say to you that the book of John, as an example, written between like 45 to 60 years after Jesus. So 45 to 60 years, this is what they say. Or they say the oldest manuscript is bad, but somebody, he came 600 years, he never met Jesus, he can't talk about Jesus, and then his book itself is written according to Hafs, and Hafs was exist 200 years after Muhammad. In the top of that, do you know what Hafs, do you know what the Muslims say about Hafs? You know that he's a liar?
I don't know, like much, but yeah, like
yeah, you can search
unreliable, basically.
You can search right now,
which doesn't make sense. But we never learned this beginning.
I know, but you can search in Google. Hafs kana kadhab. Hafs was a liar, and he steal books, and even his father is more liar than him. This is the most opinion of the Islamic scholars of him. This is why if you go in Sahih al-Bukhari, you will not find a hadith coming from Hafs. So you take Quran from him, but you don't take his hadith. Why you don't take the hadith? Because of the main book. You know. So how you accept him to be a reporter for the Quran when he is a liar? Right? And anyway, for me, I don't care really if he's a liar or not. The Quran for me in front of me.
I never knew about the hadith first. I will check the hadith part, and I never knew that it was only the Quran. Like they quoted him, but it's another good point that I will definitely check.
They say, you know, he fabricate hadith.
And I think
he's a liar, you know. And now for sure you will find some Muslim. They say to you, no, this is not true, right? Yeah. But
and I think this would be like my final question. Was there any let's say in the Bible any reference of any future prophet? This is another argument that it is mentioned that there will become another prophet in the future to guide the people, and I wanted to know if there is expected from Christianity of another prophet, or did they mean Jesus is coming back?
You see,
because this is a critical point.
I can right now prophesy about Jesus, but doesn't mean I am a prophet. I can prophesy to you that Jesus is coming soon, and then Jesus comes soon. But doesn't mean really I'm a prophet. I'm prophesying, speaking about his coming. And either it's come to be true or it's come to be false. So we do not need the prophets anymore to know Jesus. For Jesus himself, he came to us. The prophets who came after Jesus, let us say the disciples, they prophesy about Jesus. They prophesy about his coming, and some of them, they receive revelation. Those are prophets. But if God, he find that it's for the benefit of mankind to send a prophet, he will. But for me, I don't see any reason for me to have more prophets, because we've been taught everything about Jesus. And the Bible speaks about conditions for somebody to claim to be a prophet. First, he have to prophesy in the name of the same God. Secondly, his prophecies have to come to be true. All of them. Not one yes, one no. If he make a prophecy, one prophecy, and it's false, he's a false prophet. Even if he made 10 prophecies, 9 of them come to be true. One of them come to be false, he's a false prophet. But for me, why I need a prophet anyway? I mean, I have the Messiah, and the disciples, they completed the mission. We have his life, we have his story, and the Lord, he says, whoever believe in me, and I will live.
But it says it's completed.
Exactly, it's completed is the mission of Jesus to come. And
this is my question.
Yeah, when Jesus on the cross, he said it's complete. And this was a prophecy. We're talking about prophecies. In the book of Psalm, speaking about a prophecy about Jesus, where it says, Ili, Ili, lema shabachthani, which is a prophecy about Jesus. So Jesus says it's completed. All the prophecies about me, including that I will be crucified, it's completed. And this is the first, let us say, the first step of Jesus on earth, because the second step, which is after the resurrection. And then Jesus, he come and he appeared to the disciples, and even the disciples, they did not believe it's possible, to the point one of the disciples, he asked him to show his hands, like, is that you? Because he have nails, it's still the sign of the nails, the person who was crucified. Is that you? So it's not easy to believe that somebody, he was crucified in front of us, and then we take him to a grave or a tomb, and then 3 days after he come back to us walking alive. The disciples, they witnessed that, and they question, and they check his hand to see if it's him. And then, not only he have the same look, the same person, the same voice, who they live with him, they spend long time with him. He did miracles the same as he did before. Nothing changed. The same Messiah who was powerful before is the same Messiah who is powerful after. Like now, if somebody came to me and he say, I am the Messiah, how I will know he is not? Or he is? I mean, anyone can claim to be I am the Messiah. The Messiah, he came once as a man. He will come again as a man. So, how I know it's not him? Very simple. The Messiah himself, he gave me the guideline. He will come with the glory of his Father. So he will come with the glory nobody have ever. And his angels will be surrounding him. So we will see something we never saw before. Nothing to do with normal men. In the same time, the Messiah, he do what Messiah do. He's high in quality. His ethic is beyond imagination. His power is amazing. And then the coming of the Messiah is going to be very unique, because he will be the judge in the judgment day. So he will come as a judge, which means he will come with the power we did not see before. Before Jesus coming humbly as a man, you can insult him, you can shout at him, you can say whatever you want, but the coming Messiah will come as a King of Kings, and he is going to judge all mankind. And this is how we recognize him. And even if I was in the time of the Messiah, you will notice, like as an example, the story of the blind man. The blind man, when Jesus was walking by, he did not say to him, give me food. I mean, he's a blind man. What do you expect from a blind man in the floor, in the street? He did not say to him, please help me, I need shelter. He said to him, I want to see. Did you ask yourself why in the world somebody is in the street? He said, and he's blind, he's born blind. I want to see. Why he want to do that? You know, is that normal to happen? Why I want to say, I want to see. I should ask for something else. This is the last thing is expected from a blind man to say. Because this is nobody can do. I mean, what do you mean I want to see? This is not even acceptable as a request. It's a crazy request. So when the Messiah was walking, and then the disciple, they said to him, Lord, did this person who is blind, did he sin, or his parents did sin? The Messiah, he said, he did not born as because of sin, his sin or the sin of his parents, but to show the glory of the Lord by recovering him. And then the Messiah, he healed the person and he made him see. So even the stories which is reporting for us about the Messiah is happening today in this world. There's many people are healed and nobody can explain how they are healed. There's people who they, you know, like they experience a miracle. Even atheists who they are doctors, atheists. When there's something happened to a patient, and this thing that cannot be explained, they themselves, they use the word miracle. It's a miracle. But he's an atheist. Why he say the word miracle? Because he cannot explain logically how that happened. And this word miracle is used every day by atheists, believers, non-believers. Doesn't matter what is your belief. It's a miracle. Why we use the word miracle? For there is always something we cannot explain how it happened. It is above the nature, it is above normal, and it is not usual. And for sure, in the top of that, you can't explain. Anything else?
Well, I think I have I don't know what to say. Like you really mentioned a lot of nice points, and I will definitely. I'm researching this very heavily, and I decided to call you because I needed the push, basically. Like I feel something is stopping me to learn more about this, and I cannot make decision, of course, right now, but I think I will like have to research more, and I will let you know. I will let you know if something changes. Hopefully as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, my friend, it's up to you. As I said, I don't want to push you to do anything. In Christianity, we believe that faith is something very personal, and it has to be coming from your heart. I'm not going to promise you heaven if you say it right now, but I say that the Lord himself, he said, whoever believe in me and die will live. That is the promise of the Messiah. So you are an adult, mature, smart, and you know where is your salvation will be. So if you feel like you want to accept the Messiah right now, feel free. If you feel you are not ready, don't, you know. But I say that I might go to sleep and I might not wake up tomorrow. Who knows? Correct? Who knows? I don't know. I might die a second from now. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, for me, my faith is giving me comfort, security, confidence, and make me a different person. Like me, like now, why I'm even sitting with you? I'm here speaking for the last, what, 3 hours? 2 hours and a half. If I don't believe in the Messiah, I will be like going somewhere, drinking coffee or watching TV or doing something. I mean, there's many more fun things to do than talking to somebody, with my respect to you, I do not know, right? I mean, why I want to even be talking to you now?
Yes, same as what you said.
Yeah, but because of the Messiah, my friend, I am here to serve you, not to talk to you, not only to talk to you. The Messiah, he says, if you want to be a master, you have to be a servant. I'm not seeking to be a master, but I'm seeking to be a servant. And he washed the feet of his disciples. Washing the feet, that is my Lord, my friend. So with the Messiah, you are a new person. Imagine someone walking water. Someone can make the blind see. Imagine you have such a power. Imagine if you now, people learn about you that you can heal cancer. You will find tens of thousands in front of your house willing to die for you, because you can bring them back from death. Jesus did not use his power for his own glory. He used it just to heal us and to show us the truth. He was humbly walking between people. He is not asking for money. He never asked for return. Imagine how many kings will pay Jesus to keep them alive. You die, you come back. You die, you come back. You know, that's amazing. All kings, they love that. And all of us, we love to live, not to die. But with the Messiah, you are a new person, for you follow him. He was an example of no example, which means nobody really can be like him. Who of us is willing to go and wash the feet of people who follow him? Nobody. Nobody. I mean, and who is forcing him to do that? Why in the world somebody, his followers believe that he's God, and he said to them, I want to wash your feet, and when they refuse, he said, if you don't let me do it, you don't belong to me. I do not know you. The Messiah, he knew the future. He knew that someday will be proud. He knew that someday will be bishops and patriarch or pope, and they will be proud about themselves, and they will make themselves kings, and they will use the name of Jesus to control the crowd. Jesus told them, be careful from those. The one who don't wash your feet, he don't present me. Which means the one who is not a servant. So in Christianity, a bishop is a servant, is not a master. The Pope is a servant if he want to be a Pope. Otherwise, he is no Pope. A priest, he is a servant, not a leader. So the Messiah, he changed the point of view of leadership. The leader is the one who serves, not the leader who is going to be served. That is the Messiah. And if anyone really, he practiced what the Messiah did, that will make you a very much beloved leader. Because you are a servant, people, they choose you to be a leader. Not because you are a leader, they want to become your servant. Because with the Messiah, when you are a servant, you are a leader by love. People love how much wonderful you are. It is your wonderful act and work and behavior made them take you as a leader, not the opposite. So the Messiah, my friend, he flipped your life upside down. From everything we believe before, everything we think before, that a king we bow down to a king, that he is a ruler, so and the poor he called the rich sir, and the rich he abused. The Messiah, he said, if you want to belong to me, then you don't belong to the word of the rich. Doesn't mean you don't be rich. No, you can be rich. But a rich person, he is rich first with his act. A rich person, he give, he help, he don't worship himself and keeping more and more and more money until he is so filthy rich. Nobody will take with him anything to the grave. So you be servant first, and then you belong to the Messiah. Otherwise, you don't know him. You never know him. So this is why, when they ask the Messiah how to pray, because, okay, how we pray, what we say to the Lord when we pray. The Messiah, he said to them, when you pray like this, but don't necessarily pray this. Pray like this. And he called for them, our Father art of heaven. And then in the prayer, the Messiah, he said to them, you say, forgive us as we forgive to others. Here you learn more about the Messiah. Forgive to us as we trespass against others. the same as we forgive to others. So the Messiah taught us from the beginning, if you want to be forgiven, you need to learn how to forgive. And here you notice that every sentence we are quoting from the Messiah is a new life. That's why when you ask me about baptism, baptism presents a new life because you accept all of this. It's not just the water. The water is like, let's say this is you are now ready for the new trip. Now you are ready. So forgive us for our sin as we forgive to others. Which means Jesus, he made it clear. You want to belong to me, you forgive. You love people. They did harm to you, forgive them. Don't be hateful. And this is again take us to the beginning. For God, he loved the world. He sent his only begotten Son. For he loved the world. So if you cannot love, and you have hate in your heart, like Islam teach you, kuffar, infidels, Allahu Akbar, conspiracy, everybody want to kill us, we need to kill everybody, they insulted the Prophet, they made a cartoon, you know, you don't see such a thing. If a Christian want to go and kill somebody because he insulted Jesus, well, he do not know what Jesus means. If Jesus himself, he forgave those who they insulted him when he was on the cross. He said, forgive them, Father, they don't know what they are doing. He himself, he forgive. Who are you not to forgive? So with the Messiah, my friend, you are a new person. And this is why I'm saying to you, it is an opportunity to accept the Messiah now, not tomorrow. I'm not pushing you to say yes. I'm saying to you, it's an opportunity, because I believe that the Messiah is an opportunity of salvation. We might not have soon, because nobody can grant me or grant you to live until tomorrow or even an hour from now. Nobody. And then sorrow will not help, and sorrow
yes,
will
it makes
not
sense. Like everything makes sense, and one of the things that made me curious about this is his personality. It's completely unique than any other character I've ever read about, and that alone is a reason why I became interested in this. But at the same time, when I think about it, it's problematic for me, because I cannot. When I think about him, I only think about a human, and it feels weird that I am worshiping human because he came in human form. That's why I cannot shake this feeling, because the moment I imagine him or think about him, I'm thinking about human. So that's why I don't know to think father or think human.
No problem. I'm glad
this part in Islam is making more sense, at least.
No, actually, I'm glad you are mentioning this. Islam makes no sense in all, because Allah is a human too. Isn't it Allah, he looked the same as the Messiah, as Muhammad say? He looked like the same Messiah. When Muhammad, he says Allah is not one eye, you know, he was talking about the Messiah, the Dajjal, the false Messiah. So a man, he will come as the Messiah, and then Muhammad warning them that this is not Allah, because Allah is not one-eyed. So the Muslims, they have a wrong idea about who's Allah, and because they are Muhammad himself is very confused, and he deceived them very much. So you do not know what are you talking about. But obviously Allah is a man. He have a leg, he have a shin, and he look as the false Messiah exactly, except that the false Messiah, he have a problem with one eye. Same time, my friend, let us say okay, the Messiah, he came as a man. What is the problem with that? What is the problem? You are saying I'm worshiping a human.
No, I don't have problem. Actually, I don't have problem with this. This is one of the points that I am not having issue with, because I can understand that if he chooses to come in this form, then it's up to him.
Exactly.
Which is another point that I don't agree, that he cannot not come and choose not to come. They would say it doesn't fit him, it doesn't befit him. But if he still has no option to come, this means it's his limited power, which I don't agree with. So I don't have an issue with this. And it's just my personal experience. Let's say all you think is man, like a human, basically. It's just maybe it's just
My friend,
irrational thought. I don't know.
We are a human, right? We are a human. So if God want to come to us, he should come as what? I will be terrified if I see him in different form. What he will come as what? You know? So when the Messiah, he come as a human, because simply he's coming to us. He's not coming to giraffe or bear or a lion. He is coming to the human. And he proved to us that you being a human is not an excuse not to be me. You see, Jesus, he told us to be holy like your Father. Be holy like your Father. Okay, how you can be holy like your Father? I am a human. I cannot be holy like my Father. So Jesus said, when he said be holy like your Father, he showed us that how you can be holy like the Father. Here we go, I'm a human. The excuse, which is you always repeat, I'm a human, I'm a human, I'm a human. I overcome the human part. And I can, if you follow me, I can lead you to be holy like your Father. But you have to follow me. So, with Jesus as a human, he brings us back to our humanity. We know we lost our humanity a long time ago. A human today is a beast. He's a rapist, he's a criminal, he's a child molester, he's everything evil. For me, I don't fear to have 10 dogs around me, but I fear to be with some strangers. I do not know who they are because I don't know what they will do. You know what I mean? If you are in the middle of nowhere and you see 10 people coming to you, you have no idea what will happen. You will be in fear because it just depends how good, how bad they are. But if I know dogs, I know what dogs want. You give them a bone, they will leave you alone. But a human being, what do you want? He's more evil than any evil. So, with the Messiah, my friend, the Messiah, he brings us to our godly human nature, which means to be human who follow God, not to be human the beast. So the Messiah, the human, is a perfect way for me to understand God. How much God can explain himself more than being a human. You know what I mean? Always atheists, they say to you, okay, you believe in God? Let us see God. Let us see God. Where's your God? Well, Jesus come to you as a human. You saw him. So the Bible says for God, he humbled himself. He humbled himself in order to know him. It was not because he want to show off. God, he do not need to show off. He's God. That would be funny and silly. That someone, he's God, he's the creator, he's super almighty, and then he want to show us what he can do. All the miracles of Jesus is not to show us what he can do, but to show us that he is the one which we are waiting for, which means is a signature of his act. It's a normal thing for him to do. It's a miracle for us. And this is how Jesus, he presented himself as God to us. I am the man, yes, but look, I can walk in water. I can forgive sin. When he said, which one is easier, to say to him, carry your chair, or your sin is forgiven? Which one is easier? What do you think, my friend? To say to somebody your sin is forgiven, or to tell him, a person he cannot walk, stand up and walk? Which one do you think is harder?
Mm-hmm.
For sure, your sin is forgiven, is easy.
The walking part.
So Jesus said to him, which one? Those Jews, they were wondering, like, well, who is this person? Did he think he's God? He's forgiving sin? And even he did read their thought. So he said to them, which one is easier to say? Your sin is forgiven, or carry your chair and walk? So Jesus can be a person who claimed to be God, and he say, your sin is forgiven. But he confirmed who is he by saying to the man, carry your chair and walk. You know what I mean? Otherwise, talk is cheap. Muhammad, he claimed to be a prophet, but there's no miracles.
Thank you. Like I don't know what to say. I will definitely think about it before I go to sleep tonight. Then.
All right, my friend.
But
well, I'm happy for you. I hope. But what do you think? What about you decide?
I want to think. I think.
But did you decide to leave Islam yet or not yet?
Did I decide
to leave Islam?
I think it would work.
Huh? I did not hear you. Sorry again.
Well, like you want to hear the yes part, but I'm almost there. With all your help, I'm almost there.
All right, well, almost there.
It's just the courage part, not the convincing part.
So I can say you left Islam, but you don't want to say in public. It's all right. Maybe they're not ready to say it in public yet. Anyway, my friend, I'm happy for you. I'm so glad that you spoke to me. And you will go. You are in Talk. You can contact me anytime soon.
And thank you too.
And if you want to announce yourself to accept the Messiah, I will be happy.
I will.
All right. Okay, my friend. God bless you. And we ask the Christians, all of them, to pray to our friend. And may the Lord open your eyes and your heart, and, bring you to Him. And then you will become a child of God. And then you will have the glory of His kingdom, because you will be a child. You see, this is what I want to say to you, one more thing before you go. In Christianity, you are a child of God. In Islam, you are a slave of Allah. The Quran says, I did not create a human being and jinn and genie except to worship me. In Christianity, God, He created you to be His child. There's a huge difference in the way God look at us in both belief. In Islam, you are just a slave, and you have one duty is to worship Him. In Christianity, our God, He do not need worshippers. He is self-confident. He do not need people bending down and begging for mercy. This is not what He made you for, because if this is what He made you for, that means this God is sick, He is lonely, and He need attention. Literally, He need attention. Our God, He is doing the opposite. He is giving us the attention. He is not seeking our attention. He's saying, hey, I want to save you. I love you. I send you my son to save you because I love you. So He do not need your attention, for He is a true God. The God of Islam, He need attention. He need worshippers. Actually, even Muhammad, he said, if you don't want, if you do not commit sin, if you don't commit sin, Allah, He will whip you out of the earth. And He will create people who commit sin.
For different people.
You remember the hadith, right? You remember it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you don't commit sin, Allah will erase you.
Like if you don't sin.
Yeah. So if you don't commit sin, Allah will erase you. What kind of God this God is? In Christianity, no. God, He sent you His Son so you don't commit sin, to help you, to save you. He is not bored. I mean, what kind of God? He says, if you don't commit sin, I will destroy you and bring somebody to replace you. What kind of God He do that? And what is the logic? This is telling you the nature of the God of Islam is far from,
because it's opposite to what He's wanting.
Yeah, this is His need. Then
it's a conflict of all.
Yeah, this is the need of Allah. Allah, He need people who beg for forgiveness. He seek attention. He need attention. He's desperate. And this is totally in contradiction with the story in the Old Testament, like about God, that He destroyed the people of Noah because they became extreme in sin. So how you say to me, if you don't commit sin, the logic of the Muslim, they will say, or the Muhammad, that because you did not ask for forgiveness, so Allah, He needed sinners begging for forgiveness in order for him to feel good. This is how we feel good. And this cannot be from God. With Jesus is the opposite. And there's no way that true God will do such a thing. This is an unaccepted statement, an unaccepted behavior from someone he claimed to be God. Anyway, my friend, I'm happy for you, and I believe all you are already left Islam, but it's okay. I will hear it from you next time you call me, and I hope soon you will accept the Messiah,
of course,
as your Lord, and your Savior.
I'm already feeling like better already.
Well,
thank you.
If you want to announce that you left Islam, go ahead. I would love to hear it. If you want to announce,
I know you want to hear this, but it's just a personal thing. Like
all right.
I will definitely say for the other one.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much, and
so I want to thank you again, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, I can tell he is out of Islam already, but you don't want to say it's okay.